Game 2, World Series, tonight, 7 Eastern on Fox Sports 1. Special World Series preview. You can catch A.J. Pierzynski, Jimmy Rollins, Matt Vasgersian at 7:30 Eastern for pregame coverage on Fox Sports. He's A.J. Pierzynski of the Rangers joining us on the show. How you been, bud?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Good. You know, a little controversy in the studio here, but, you know, there's something that we're sort of like Major League Baseball. We'll police ourselves here.
I know all about controversy, so I'm sure you guys will try and get me somehow, so it's good.
Okay, have you seen the John Lester video where it appears as if he's rubbing something, scooping something there in his glove?
I have not seen that. I just heard about it when you guys called. I didn't see it last night, but didn't we already go through this with the Red Sox with another one of their pitchers this year?
Okay, what do guys use, and where do they put it?
I've seen guys grab bats and get some pine tar. I've seen guys grab bats and get some of that sticky stick. I've never actually seen a pitcher take a pine tar rag and put it on their hat or put it on their body. I mean, I know guys have done it. I just haven't seen it firsthand. I've been around a while. Guys have used the best concoction I've ever seen is literally sunscreen and rosin. It sticks. It's like the stickiest stuff on earth. So, I mean, you just put some sunscreen on your arm, rub some rosin on it. You see guys with their left arm covered with rosin and they'll wipe, and it's a lot of times just sunscreen and rosin.
But how do you hide it?
I guess you use your hat, according to what people say. I don't know. If you have a dark hat, you'd think it'd be pretty easy to put something up there. But if you have a light-colored hat, it might stand out a little bit since pine tar is brown.
Would you be able to tell if you're catching somebody who loaded up with sunscreen, rosin, Vaseline?
Oh, I don't know if you'd be able to tell. I think it just helps them get a better grip. I don't think it has anything to do with like actually something on the ball. It's not like when the guys back in the day or in Major League when the guy was like putting everything on the ball. I don't think it's like that. I think it just helps them get a better grip. And as a hitter, I'm all for them trying to get a better grip. I don't want them throwing the ball slipping and going somewhere where it shouldn't. And I've seen catchers with pine tar all over their shin guards, so I guess that's legal.
But do they have? Well, I guess we know why they have it there then.
Yeah, well, of course.
Yeah, so they're able to help the pitcher a little bit with the grip on the ball. But should they make that? Well, the rosin should help you with grip, shouldn't it?
It does, but on a cold night where you don't have the sweat going and you don't have the little lather and you can't get some sweat in rosin, I think rosin doesn't do anything but just dry you out more. So I don't know. I've never pitched, so I'm begging to pitch. I'm dying to pitch one inning before I retire, but I've never done it, so I don't know exactly what all that stuff does.
Do you really want to pitch one inning?
Absolutely. When we had it happen this year when David Murphy came in Fenway, and I was begging, and they said, no, you got to catch. So I was like, darn it.
Would you shake off the catcher?
I don't think so. No, I know how much that can get to you as a catcher.
Does that bother you when you see that it kind of shows up the catcher a little bit when the pitcher goes, no?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't because the pitcher. It's the pitcher's game. Ultimately, the pitcher has the ball. Nothing can happen until the pitcher does something. So it doesn't bother me. But when you sit down, there's been times where I've sat down and we've talked about a hitter. And then we'll go out there in the first pitch, the hitter's up, and you put down what the guy said, and then he shakes his head, and you're like, wait a minute, we just had a conversation 5 seconds ago about this. Now you're changing your mind.
I always wonder why catchers weren't better hitters. If you see so many pitches, you see more pitches than anybody, and you know if you're calling for a pitch what it's going to look like. Why is it that hitters, I know we have some catchers who are better hitters. You know, Posey obviously is great, and Molina is great. We've had guys who have been very good. But for the most part, you know, catchers aren't great hitters. Why?
Well, I think it's the physical toll and the mental toll of being a catcher. I think you look at it and you say, catching, you only catch, most guys catch, if you catch 120 games, that's a lot of games in a year. And it's the mental, it's not only the physical toll, but it's the mental toll. You're involved in every pitch. If you make a mistake as a catcher and you're not paying attention for one pitch and you're thinking about your at-bat, the ball's by you and everyone sees it. If you're in the outfield and you're out there working on your stance, which if you watch, you see guys out there working on their stance, working on their swing in between pitches. As a catcher, there's no time for that. You got to get ready for the next pitch. And at the end of a game, you're not as physically beat up as you are mentally because of calling every pitch, being involved in every pitch, watching everything. You basically are controlling the whole game back there. And it just gets to you. I think there's more times, I would say, in my career where I've gone up to the plate thinking about the previous inning where we've given up runs than the other way around.
He's A.J. Pierzynski, the Rangers catcher, Major League Baseball and Fox analyst. You had the call in the first inning. And I had Kevin Millar on first hour. So I asked him, that double play ball where they reversed it, I said, 10 years ago, do they reverse that call? He said no.
I agree.
Why now, when you know you could get the call right, that we're surprised that these guys got together and said, he didn't have control of the ball?
I think it's changed. I think the attitude has changed. I think the game has changed. I think because of the replay and all the pressure put on the umpires to get every single call right, that they've maybe given a little bit and said, hey, the guy missed it. And the guy who missed it, Dana DeMuth, who's a really good umpire, was like, hey, if you guys saw something better, instead of 10 years ago where they would have been like, I'm right, I don't care what you guys say, and we're sticking with it. Plus they know there's going to be a million angles on Fox where they look and say, man, this guy, he didn't catch it, he wasn't exchanging it, he just dropped the ball. And now, especially next year when it comes with replay, they're really going to have to be open to it. But the only thing with replay next year, does that mean we can't argue with umpires anymore? There's no more managers coming out and going Earl Weaver on them?
But didn't it feel like it was a challenge call? Like you're throwing the challenge flag and then Matheny went out. I think he said, "Wait a minute, guys, this isn't how we do it. Don't you guys usually stick to your guns and don't reverse calls?"
Well, I think Mike was thinking about the way, like you said, 10 years ago, like it was done. I don't think that there was I don't know if I've ever seen a call. The only time I've ever seen a call reverse like that was when actually in 2005 when we were in the ALCS, there was a play at first. I was the hitter, and I was called out, and we argued, and they got together and changed it. It wasn't kind of in that situation, but it was a kind of a different play. Kelvin Escobar tagged me with his ball in his hand. He tagged me with his glove, and then he actually threw the ball to first because he knew he didn't tag me, and he threw it away. And the umpire first called me out for being tagged, and then we kind of argued that, hey, why would he throw the ball if he tagged me? And then they got together with the umpires, and they changed it, which ended up getting us a couple runs. So I think that's the only time I've ever actually seen a play like that changed.
What do you think of this getting rid of home plate collisions?
I'm all against it, 100% against it.
Why?
I've been run over a million times. I mean, as you know, guys come and get me all the time. And we went through this when Posey got hurt, and we went through this the last couple of years. And I think if you do it right, I think you're okay. I mean, you have to – at some point you can't be a tough guy and try to stand there. You have to kind of almost not olay guys, but almost take it away from them. Give them your body and then kind of take it away from them. And also, if you're going to get hit, you just got to go with it. You can't try and be the middle linebacker trying to plug a hole. You just got to fall and let them hit you and let their momentum take you over. And 2 years ago, we had a great shot of Mike Napoli in the ALCS where he got run over by Cabrera. And what did he do? He got his feet out of the ground. And that's when you see most catchers' injuries, or when their feet are stuck in the ground or they have a knee on the ground in a bad position.
Well, I've said before, if you're blocking the plate on me, you give me there's no other choice here.
I agree. It's part of the game. Hey, I signed up to be a catcher. I've been a catcher for a long time, and like I said, I've been run over a ton of times, and I don't know if it's luck or what, but I've never had an injury happen, and it's unfortunate when they happen. I feel bad for those guys, but I've never had an injury where I couldn't get up and walk away from it, and I don't think anyone running into me has ever had one either.
What's the toughest collision, worst one you ever had?
There's two that people always ask me about. One was in 2000. Brad Osmus got me in
a fellow catcher.
Yes, in Comerica. I had to get some stitches in my chin. It was like the last game of the year. It was pretty good. And it was totally clean. And then Veritek got me in Fenway.
Another
in
catcher.
Yeah, he got me good. And there was a great picture the next day in the Boston Herald of him literally parallel to the ground hitting me as he's diving through the air like Superman. And it was totally clean and 100%. As long as guys come clean and they don't try and come and get you when you're giving them the plate, then I'm all for it.
Well, here it is, catcher-on-catcher crime.
Exactly.
Right?
The two best I've ever had have been both catchers. I guess they know how to hit me. I don't know.
Is next season your last season?
I don't know. Are you trying to push me out the door here?
No.
I don't know.
Just threw it out there.
I don't know. It's up to my family, I think, more than anything.
Do you remember when you were in Hawaii 10 years ago when we told you had been traded?
I do remember that, yes. I'm going to Hawaii this winter. This year I can't be traded in the offseason, so that's good.
Well, the assignment desk at ESPN, they said I needed a second source. I said, no, I just told Pierzynski, well, if he didn't know, then we can't go with it. So.
Well, yeah, there was what, 6-hour time difference from the East Coast, so I think I was still asleep, and I had my phone off, and I woke up, and there was like 40,000 messages on my phone to call everybody. So I think you called me. You were the first or second person to call me.
Well, have fun tonight, and good to visit with you again, AJ.
Thanks, Dan. Anytime, buddy.
All right, AJ Pierzynski, working with Fox, Texas Rangers. Yeah, that was so bizarre when I'd heard that he got traded, and I thought, well, let's call him. So we call him, and we wake him up. He's in Hawaii on vacation. I go, dude, you got traded. I did? His agent called during the call. And AJ goes, hold on for a second. So he's got to take his agent's call telling him he's been traded. Yep. Then he came back on. Yep, I've been traded. I'm a San Francisco Giant.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.